In order to visit the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, you have to take a ferry from Castle Clinton in Battery Park.
Castle Clinton was originally a circular sandstone battery, one of 4 defensive forts in the New York harbor erected to defend the city from the British during the War of 1812.
From 1855 to 1890, the castle was the country's principal immigration depot, with over 7 million immigrants passing through its walls.
On a boat on the way to see the Statue of Liberty, and it's October and it's a beautiful sunny day, blue skies.
Thank you there.
We're going to climb the pedestal. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Designed and built in France, the statue was assembled in 1885 and mounted on its pedestal. The statue's pedestal was constructed inside the courtyard of Fort Wood, one of the 4 defensive forts in the New York City harbor.
5 months prior to our visit, the Statue of Liberty's new museum was opened. The museum houses the statue's original 3,600-pound torch, which was replaced in 1984 after extreme weathering.
Until 1901, the statue served as a lighthouse. In 1924, it was designated as a national monument, and it was later transferred to the National Park Service.
Ellis Island opened in 1892 and served as an immigration depot until 1954, at which time it was closed because most immigrants were now arriving by air.
During this period, approximately 12 million immigrants passed through its doors. Between 1900 and 1914, some 5,000 to 10,000 people were processed every day.
Upon entering the arrival room, immigrants had to haul all of their belongings up a steep staircase to the registry room on the 2nd floor. Immigrants who had difficulty climbing the stairs would be flagged for closer scrutiny.
After the registry room, 10% of all immigrants were held for a legal hearing to determine if they would become a liability to the public or were suspected of being contract laborers.
As part of the medical examination, all immigrants were tested for literacy and mental illness. If you were suspected of being a lunatic, an idiot, an imbecile, or feeble-minded, you were subjected to further testing. Also, about 10% of immigrants would undergo additional medical inspections.
After being processed, immigrants exited the registry room via the staircase of separation. The staircase was divided into 3 corridors. The right corridor led to the New Jersey Railroad Station, and the left corridor led to the ferry to Manhattan. However, the center corridor led to detention for criminal acts, political anarchism, or the inability to support oneself, or to the hospital for reasons such as disease or mental illness. Only 2% of immigrants were deported back to their home countries.
The Ellis Island Immigrant Hospital was opened in 1901 and consisted of 11 pavilions, including a contagious disease ward, a psychopathic ward, and an administrative building.
To create additional space for the new hospital, 2 new islands were constructed using dirt from the building of the New York City subways. By 1906, Ellis Island had grown from 3 acres to 27 acres.
Patients were organized by disease, including measles, tuberculosis, trachoma, scarlet fever, and diphtheria. Many were quarantined until cured. If not cured, or if unable to pay the $2 a day for their treatment, they would be deported.
The Ellis Island Immigrant Hospital was considered to be one of the best public health facilities in the world, using advanced methods in medicine such as X-rays and an autoclave that could sterilize entire mattresses. Practicing medicine at Ellis Island was so desirable that physicians competed to work here.
Florence Nightingale worked at the hospital and advocated for the importance of patients getting fresh air and sunshine, resulting in large windows in the wards. In total, the hospital treated over 275,000 patients with only 4,000 fatalities, an extraordinary accomplishment for its time.
The 2 senior doctors at the hospital resided in these 2 separate quarters along with their families until the mid-1940s. After 1930, the hospital no longer served as an immigrant hospital. During World War II, it housed disabled American servicemen as well as German and Italian POWs.
After the hospital closed in 1954, it was abandoned for almost 60 years until it was reopened for limited tours in 2014.